and a very warm welcome to yet another brand new episode of Colours of India, your weekly cultural diary on RSTV TV. I'm Teena Jha. Now, all of you know that Delhi is the cultural hub of India. So where there's so much cultural activity taking place, it's difficult to showcase all of them in a 30-minute program. But our effort here is to bring before you the best of the lot. So let's start today with a glimpse of all that we have for you in store in today's episode. This week's lead story is a dance of the particles. Next is a play that depicts the internal relationships of a family. And finally, an exhibition that looks at the age of exploration and geopolitics that shaped world history. Ever thought of a connection between dance and science? No? Then take a look at this performance. Titled Quantum, this performance uses the concept of particle physics.
It's about blending two completely diverse arenas. The creativity and human warmth of dance with factual and measured science. The event, titled Quantum, marks the year of Swiss innovation in India 2015-16, produced by the Embassy of Switzerland and Pro Helvetia Swiss Art Council and Swiss Next India.
Quantum means, when you talk about particle physics, quantum mechanics is really, you're talking about the smallest of the smallest. So there's a lot of elements that are inspired by particle physics in this piece.
The presentation is an example of intellectual exchange between artists and scientists, celebrating the dance of the universe through the movement of elementary particles. 6 dancers constantly attract and repel each other as if caught in a force field, based on the concept of kinetic movement in particle physics.
I really like the coordination of light, sound and the movement. It was very well synchronized, and so it was random. At the same time, it also had some pattern.
Jobin's imaginative choreography comprised random trails in extremely precise repetitive movements. And the perfect background score provided the sonic ether, enabling visualization of a challenging concept.
Art, science and technology, they all blended so seamlessly and with so much aesthetic brilliance. Well, from this techno-packed performance, let's now go back in time to our basics. The Indian classical dance and its beauty lies in its colourful attire and the expressive movements. Part of our rich cultural heritage, here's a dance performance from Kerala.
movement, every expression radiates a positive energy. The Mohini Attam carried with it an addictive brilliances that combines so perfectly with the warm feeling of divine meditation. Disciples of the legendary Guru Kalamandalam Keshwamavathi, the Naya sisters showcase the inherent artistic talent and the finer techniques of classical Indian dance, Mohini Attam. They perform the Navaras, literally the 9 moods: love, laughter, compassion, anger, courage, terror, disgust, surprise, and peace. Each has its own presiding deity and musical notes.
Mohiniyattam even today is believed to be the dance of the enchantress. It's basically from the southern state of Kerala. So the movements are also very in tune with the land that it originated from. So you see a lot of sway movements.
It's a dance of the enchantress. They say it's a Lasya-oriented form. It's basically a beautiful classical art form based out of Kerala with its own unique identity and unique individuality.
In its traditional essence, dance carries with it a perfection and utopia, so close to the magical. French woman Brigitte Chatagnier took up Mohiniyattam as a child. She now performs around the world. That white and gold costume, the off-center bun, have come a long way to showcasing the pastoral charm of Kerala.
Expression in Mohiniyattam is typical Kerala expressions, close to Kathakali, close to Kuliyattam. And I received heavy training in the Abhinaya. Then afterwards we have to imbibe our own emotions combined to the expressions. And then comes the Abhinaya. Only the thing is, in Mohiniyattam it should be always sober and not too much expressive. It should be inside the frame of the Lasya and Mohini.
The word Mohini Attam literally means dance of the enchantress. The swing of hips and the gentle movements are reminiscent of the swinging of the palm leaves and the gently flowing rivers which abound Kerala, the land of Mohini Attam.
Well, the evening was a magnificent one, displaying all Indian art forms that define our rich cultural heritage. On that note, we'll slip into a very short break. There's so much more lined up for you on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a satire on the fading morality of society and a melodic interpretation of rags. Welcome back after the break. Well, it's said that family comes first. So to prove that, the Thespian Theatre Company came up with a comedy production with a message to value our morals. Take a look.
ये भी सच है और ये भी सच है। मैं मौत और मोक्ष के बीच में लटका खड़ा पता नहीं बेटा क्या 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 बिल्कुल जानी आज सुबह से 5 बार गले मिल चुके ना बाप मरा है मेरा शादी नहीं हुई मेरी आप जब से आए गले मिल जा रहे।
The family is a word in itself, and the earliest and most sacred lessons of sacrifice are learnt within its fold.
और निपटाए नहीं है लटकाए हैं। पहले खुद लटक के बस और ट्रेन में सफर किया करता था, फिर केस लटका के पहले घर ले लिया, फिर गाड़ी ले ली। बहुत बड़ा लटकन प्रसाद है, तो उससे घटिया निकम्मा समझदार इंटेलिजेंट ब्रिलियंट कॉन्फिडेंट वकील मैंने तो जीरा जी अपनी लाइफ में नहीं देखा है। आइए वकील साहब आइए।
और मेरी तारीफ खत्म हो गई क्या कुछ बाकी है? नहीं और कर लो मैं जा
It's titled Kya Family Hai, a comedy play directed by Raj Upadhyay, featuring अंग्रेजों के ज़माने का jailer, the tycoon of comedy Asrani, and the other Bollywood actors all on one stage. Truly a treat for the audience.
Why are you crying so much? He was my father or your father?
It is about a family values. So it is not about the, everybody sees the plot or the money when a person dies in the family. So this was just a kind of a moral of the story that, money and everything doesn't matter. Only the values are left. I really enjoyed a lot. This was a great show.
The comedy king Govardhan Asrani grabbed each eye through his shaking satire on the fading morality of society, on how we become so greedily self-centered that we trample on the wishes of our own loved ones.
मेरा चैलेंज सुनेगा, अब चिढ़ के आएगा, मुझे मारने आएगा और हैरी भैया पकड़ने गए।
The play depicts the joys and sorrows of home life, very real and intense, and their impression on the mind most salutary.
सब बाहर वापिस आ गया, सब बाहर जाओ अंकल आप भी बाहर आपको अंकल लग रहा हूँ क्या बार अंकल साहब हर बार बीच में आ जा रहे हैं वो अंकल खड़े उनसे बात करो।
Play was really nice. I've been attending all the plays by Mr. Raj Upadhyay and produced by Pranam Sachdeva. The play was really nice, yeah. And they were doing their best. They all gave their best shot.
With a note of respecting elders and relations, Act showcases the importance of family and the other factors that contribute towards socialization and overall development.
This is not right. ये हम ठीक नहीं कर रहे। Why are we doing this to him?
मरने पर भी नहीं जाते।
सब कुछ यही रह जाता है, प्यार, मोहब्बत, नफरत, अफसोस।
Like the educational institution, the peer group, the work group, and the various socializing media.
तो ऑलरेडी होमसिक फील कर रहे हो। एक जोक सुना? नॉन वेज?
हमारी फ्लर्ट करने की आदत गई नहीं।
आदतें हैं जो कभी नहीं बनती।
The play indeed was a lot of fun to watch, and the message delivered was certainly an eye-opener. That leads us into another very short break. There's still more to come on the program. Do stay with us. On the other side, an exhibition exploring the fragmented lines of unknown lands. Welcome back after the break. Now in this segment, we take you through a musical evening full of melodic interventions of both Indian and Western instruments. This one is titled Laya Pravaham.
A feast of power-packed yet intricately orchestrated beats of the mruthangam with the brilliance of Laya Pravaham. Designed and choreographed by Tanjavur R. Kesavan, the program revolves around the underlying theme of universal peace, brotherhood and harmony through music.
क्लासिकल में ज़्यादा बच्चों को आजकल इंटरेस्ट कम हो रही है। इसकी वजह से मैंने सोचा थोड़ा सा वेस्टर्न को मिला के क्लासिकल नॉलेज भी उनको दे दें, ताकि क्लासिकल कैसे कर सकते हैं उनको पता चले, तो उससे और थोड़ा सा उनको क्लासिकल में इंटरेस्ट ज़्यादा है और वो देखें, यही आशा है।
The presentations are based on a combination of classical and folk melodies with influences of both the Indian and Western. Drum beats, the flute, bass guitar and more. World music welcoming and celebrating 2016.
It's a very nice program. It's a very different one, which includes Carnatic as well as Western. So it gives a very different experience.
In the echo of the waves of music and beat thus created, audience feel a language of rhythm, a dialogue of sorts between various instruments interacting with audience, entertainment and an uplifting joy combined.
Rhythm and melody coming together gives rise to a harmonious blend of music, bringing out joy in the inner soul of audience. Moving on now to our next segment. Let's talk about journey and maps. In this very special set by Italian artist Pietro Ruffo, which goes beyond geography and location. These creations go back into history and even culture of different regions across the globe. Titled Terra Incognita, meaning unknown or unexplored territory. Take a look.
Maps that leave your regular GPS and your smartphone navigation app far, far behind. Petro Rufus exhibition had maps also representing the history of various territories, some on the beaten track, some unexplored and unknown. The showcase is called Terra Incognita, and it looks closely at fragmented lines of unknown lands. In the years when explorers arrived on foreign shores to conquer and capitalize countries.
I think it's a very difficult exhibition, and I think that Pietro's work are not easy to understand, are not immediate. You have to think a little bit about. But this is maybe the fun of this. It's not just paintings, but you have to go through all the layers that he was trying to put on the work. So I'm quite happy, I have to say. I think that that the Indian people are discovering him, and that is always good.
This series of Terra Incognita is a specialized India edition. Maps going back to the 18th and 19th centuries show landscapes of the Indian Oceans through time, from the age of mighty Mughals to India under the British and our colonial past, through to modern-day capitalism, international relations and the world we live in.
It is something extremely contemporary, something very different, so to say, something I would say that I've never really seen anywhere else. It is not just a painting, but it gives a very 3D effect. And it is not just the effect. If you have a look at the paintings, the painter has used not just colors in the background, plus paper etchings and things to create a shadow effect, which he's done it with chalks and paints.
Look closely, and on every longitude and latitude hovers a dragonfly, just like those maps centuries old. Through this exhibition, the artist questions the freedom given by colonizers and what they took away. To the idea of complete freedom, but also the fragility of the dragonfly.
What a wonderful journey that was. History and culture all coming out from maps. And with that, I'll have to wrap up this episode of Colors of India. We'll see you same time next week with another bunch of exciting and colourful stories. You can also watch our episodes on our YouTube link. Until we meet, take very good care of yourself. I'm Teena Jha signing off on behalf of the entire team.